The upper fractures are connected to yellow, green, and red. The lower 3 fractures are connected in series. Then connect the black wire connected to our instrument A1, B1, C1 grounding of the first channel. This is the opening and closing control line. Connect to the control part of circuit breaker. There are introduction in the user manual. Then if we need to measure its trip speed, we need to install our sensor. Rotating sensor, connect it to our instrument through a sensor line. Then we charge the circuit breaker. After hearing a sound, charging is over. Here will also indicate charged. We can start testing. This is the opening interface. Open is to open the switch. Close is to close the switch. We have just turned and charged circuit breaker manually. Then select close and click OK. Print all. Then select Open. The opening and closing tests are done. We just operated with a rotating sensor. Under what circumstances should we install a rotation sensor? When we need to test its speed, we need to install a rotation sensor. Select the rotation sensor here. The first one on this side is the universal sensor. Second is rotating sensor. Third one is linear sensor. We install a rotation sensor. Just select rotation sensor. Rotary sensors are capable of measuring speed. In the interface there are these parameters. Speed, the bottom 3 lines, and here is its travel. Travel is 74 mm. If we don't install this sensor, it just tests time and current. A simple test is finished, that's all. Now introduce what items are included in setup. The first is test time. It has different standards. This is what we usually use, 10 milliseconds. Select test duration. Internal trigger and external trigger. This is the sensor selection. This is an opening trip test. Select auto or input and we select input. This is the test voltage setting. You can tune it here. Test time is set to 10 milliseconds. Test duration is 250 milliseconds. Internal trigger sensor. Here select the rotation sensor. Speed test, choose enable. Set voltage to 220 volts. Then select close. Click to confirm. The test results are ready. Select print. It can print the test data. This is test data. You save the data here. After saving, if you restart again, you can open it here. Open the saved data. Then we choose Opening. The data of opening is also ready. You can also print. I'll save it. So the opening and closing test is done. Now let's talk about sensors. What more data will be detected when the sensor is installed? With the sensors installed, we can test the circuit breaker, travel and its speed. If we don't install sensor, can only test time and current of circuit breaker. With the sensor installed, can measure more data in the bottom 3 rows. The above data is data that can be measured without installing a sensor. We can test without installing sensor. Do a test. We unplug the sensor and then restore energy. Energy storage once can close the switch only once. Switch pops open on its own, so no need energy storage. Therefore, energy storage once, you can test closing and opening for once. We unplugged the sensor. Let's do switch closing again. So there is just the top part data. The curve also only has the upper time and there is no lower curve. We can also print. Let's do switch opening one more time. Also there is only the data on top and no data on bottom.
Thank you for watching the tutorial video prepared by Hipot Tester.